In today's class, we will study the topic basic statistical term. This topic comes under the BMS third phase syllabus in that research and statistic subject. This is the 13th point. The first of all, what is mean by introduction? First of all, we study the introduction, the basic term, statistical terms. Here, the basic statistical terms are the fundamental concept that use are in the medical research or statistic to collect, analyze, and interpret the data collection purpose as well as analysis and for the understanding the result purpose. These terms are helpful, and understanding these terms is essential for evidence-based medicine and Ayurvedic research. It means that the understanding these terms, if you understand these terms, it is essential for the evidence-based medicines in the research. This is all about the introduction. Now we'll study in this class we will study the four terms. Mainly the first term is the population, second one is the sample and sampling, the third one is the variables, and fourth one is the attribute. These are the four terms we will study in our today's class. The first of all, what is meant by population? First of all, we will study the definition. What is meant by population? Simply you have to understand that in a particular area, when a hospital it is there, in that the how many diabetes patients in their OPD, that is the diabetes is called, patients are called as population in that hospital. Like that, a population, now study the definition. A population is the entire group of individual, object or observation having the common characters. Just now I told those are a common characteristic about which the researcher want to draw the conclusion. It means simply while we are using these populations for our research, those having the common characteristic. Consider even another example, hypertension patients, that is the almost all the people, so their blood pressure is increases, that if you are selecting those patients, on that you are doing the trials, that is visiting that 2000 hypertension patient, those are called as a population. Like that, this is the population definition. Example, you have to take example, all the patients with the diabetes attended to hospitals. In this month, how many diabetes patients attended to our hospital, that is the called as a populations. Another example, all BMS students in a Karnataka, that is if you are doing trials on BMS students on Karnataka, that is the those all students are considered as a populations. Now what is the importance of the population here? To provide the basic for the selecting of the samples. It means that the common characteristic of the peoples, in that we are selecting the samples. That's why these population provide the basis for the selecting of the sample. The next one is the represent the target group of the research. It means that the researcher, the specifically on which group they are targeting, that is called as a population. This is all about the population. The next one is the sample and sampling. This is second term is the sample and sampling. So first of all, we will study the sample. What is meant by sample? A sample is a subset of the population selected for the conducting of the study. It means that in a whole groups, consider as a diabetes patient in a hospital OPD. Suppose 2000 patients are there. In that, you are taking only 100 patients among them. That is called as a sample. It means that we are taking all the diabetes patient in your hospital. It is a very difficult task. Instead of that, you are taking few people for your research work. That is called as a sample. Example is 100 diabetic patients selected from the 2000 diabetic patients attending in the hospital. This is about the sample. The next term is a sampling. It means through which method you are collecting the samples. It means among the 2000 diabetes patient, you are selecting the 100. Through which method you are selecting, which technique you are using, that is called as a sampling or sampling technique or methods. Now the second term is sampling. The definition, sampling is the process of selecting a representative sample from the population. In that samples you are selecting. Okay. The common methods we are using here, the two methods for the sampling we are using, the one is called as a probability sampling, another one is called as a non-probability sampling. The first meaning is the probability sampling. Probability means it may be the chances are there. Suppose 2000 patients are there. In that, the chances are each and every their chance to get the participate in the research. That means the chances are all the 2000 peoples that we can select, all peoples having chance. And non-probability means they are not probable. That means out of that 2000s, you are not selecting only specific characteristic or convenience. According to that, if you are selecting, that is called as a non-probability sampling. Now we'll study the probability sampling. The types here, the first of all, the sample random selections, it means that suppose same example, you will take the 2000 diabetes patients is there, the randomly you are allocating, it means through the computer or through the lottery methods you are selecting the patients, that is the sample is called as a simple random sampling method. The second one is the systematic sampling. Systematic means if you are following any order for the selecting of the sample, suppose 2000 patients are there, that 10th patient, 10th to 20th, 30th, like that, every 10th patients you are selecting in your research work, that is called a systematic. Or else you can take 2, 4, 6, like that. The any system if you are following, that is called as a sampling, systematic sampling. The third one is the stratified sampling. Stratified sampling means layer by layer you are selecting. It means that you are selecting the all the today 100 patients visited to our hospital, you are collecting first of all, after that you are separating the how many male patient attended, after that in the third you are selecting that only 20 to 40 years male patients you are selecting, after that you are selecting that non-diabetic, non-hypertension patient, like that. The stratified methods if you are using, that is called as a stratified sampling method. The next one is the cluster sampling. It means that the prepared clusters, it means groups. If you are making the groups 2000, 500 groups, if you are 4 groups you are making, in that you are selecting, that is called as a clusters methods. The making groups, in that from the one group you are one representative you are selecting, that is called as a cluster sampling. The second one is the non-probability sampling. It means there is no chance here, the each and every participants are, there is no chance for selecting, the based on the convenience of a researcher, the only the convenient sample you are taking, because the person is nearest to my house or nearest to my hospital, we are selecting the only those samples, like that. Based on the convenience we are selecting the sample, that is called as a convenient sample. Next one is the purposive sampling. Purposive sampling is means something intention is there, purposive, it means that your intention is that you are selecting only the your based on the language, it means Hindi peoples only you are selecting, based on your particular area people you are selecting, like that. Based on your purpose, something purpose, if you are selecting, that is called as a purposive selecting. It means you are not giving all people's chance, you are selecting based on particular purpose. Next one is the quota sampling. It is nothing but quota sampling. The before you are separating the groups, the you have to prepare that something quota you are reserved, in that only if you are selecting, that is called as a quota sampling. This is about the sampling methods. Now what is the advantages, what is the benefits of the sample and sampling here? The save the time and cost. Instead of doing that all the populations the research, instead of that only you are selecting the few people's the samples, and if you are doing that, it will save the time as well as the cost, and easy to conduct research, and also allows the valid conclusion if the sample is representative. This is about the advantages. The third term is the variable. Variable means there is a variations. The how the term is originated, variables, it means variation. Each and every person is different, each and every person's weight is different, height is different, it means that is a variation, it is there. A variable is any character that can be differ from value among the individual or observation. It means that every individual having different values, like that. The variable is a variable is any characteristic that can differ values among the individual or a observation, that is called as a variable. Now it is a two types. One is called as an independent variable, and second one is a dependent variable. In the research, the independent variables is called as a cause, and dependent variable is called as a effect. What we are doing, the independent variables, that we are changing the regularly, the changing the value. Suppose if you are giving the one X drug, in that 500 mg drugs if you are giving and observing the result, again you are giving the 650 drugs, again you are changing, it means that you are doing the variations here. This is the independent. There is no dependent, that is regularly we are changing the values, that is called as independent. If you are changing the independent variables, the variations, then due to that the change in the effect is called as a dependent variable. It means the dependent variable is totally depend on the independent variable. This is about the independent and dependent variables. It means variables means variations, you can see here, observe here. So first of all, independent variable, the variables manipulated or controlled by researcher. Just now I told the every times the researcher is manipulating or changing the values, that is controlled. This is called as a independent variable. Second one is, it is also called as a predictor or exposure variable. This is the independent variable. Next example is administration of Ayurvedic drug. If you are giving any Ayurvedic drugs, then due to that, what is the effect is there that you are observing. The next one is the dependent variable. The dependent variable is that change in the response of independent variable. Just now I told, if you change here, then the result, if change in the cause, then definitely effect also change. It means the variable that change in the response of independent variable, that is called dependent, and also called as a outcome variable. This is the dependent variable synonym is the outcome variable. Example is reduction of blood sugar level after treatment. If your drug is changing the dosage, then reduction of blood sugar level after treatment. This is called as a dependent variable. This is about the variables in the research and statistics. The next term is attribute. Attribute means quality or else the characteristics. Here simple meaning is that attribute, it means only characters you are observing or you are collecting the data, but there is a no numbers. We should not collect here the numbers. Those are called as a, there is a no numericals values. Those are called as a attribute. Here attribute is definition is, attribute are the qualitative characteristics. Here qualitative characters that cannot be measured numerically. We cannot take the numbers, but are described by categories. It means that in our hospitals, the how many male patients came, how many female patients, that is based on the sex, that's we are categorizing. This is called attribute. And second one, blood group A, B, ABO, like that you are categorizing. That categorizing method is called as a attribute. The next one, the presence or absence of the disease, that is also the comes under the attribute. Smoking status, non-smoking, and prakriti, vata, pitta, kapha, dvandaja, all that whatever you are taking, this is comes under the attribute. What is the attribute here? Importance here, used in classification of subject. Instead of that numbers, we are classifying the subjects. The next one, analysis using the frequencies, the how frequently the these characters we are using. This is helpful. Importance. Next one is the percentage and chi-square test also we are using in the attribute. This is all about the today's class. Hope you understood the today's class. If you like, please like the like button and motivate us. Also share to your friends. Thank you.